So you've probably seen this disturbing ad campaign from fashion house Balenciaga. Yeah, it's extremely creepy. You can see the kids here with these weird bondage teddy bears. And who they thought this was going to be a big hit with? Well, it's nobody that you know. Maybe they asked Klaus Schwab for some ideas. Anyway, creepy as hell, and what the hell are they doing? And the hosts on The View, they say they can't even show these fetish-themed ads. And it must have been confusing for them, because to criticize anything degenerate, it feels kind of right-wing, right? Kind of far-right. They must be far-right. They don't want to be that. But amazingly with this, they've actually said, yeah, they don't totally approve. And furthermore, they know exactly who to blame. Can you guess?
So fashion house Balenciaga, a very, posh, is under fire for a controversial fetish-themed ad campaign featuring child models, okay? Balenciaga blames the production company for the ads. They have a kid posing with S&M stuff. But the set designer says Balenciaga executives were on the set. They knew what was happening. Are they taking a page from Trump's notebook and say, I didn't know nothing. I know nothing.
Well, it took her a whole 30 seconds to bring Trump into it. What has Trump got to do with it? Absolutely nothing. But again, it must make her feel uncomfortable criticizing this. So when you feel uncomfortable, go to your safe place. What's her safe place? Trump. Orange man bad.
What's going on here?
I found this ad campaign particularly distasteful in this moment. So there's growing anti-LGBTQ sentiment right now, and how it's being framed is as portraying, trans people as groomers. This is a term you'll hear on the far right. They're groomers.
So it's the far right. Oh, that's the real problem, the far right. Here's something, okay? They didn't make this. It wasn't the far right that made this. It wasn't conservatives who made it. It wasn't moderates. It wasn't traditional liberals. No. They don't have anything to do with this. That's not the problem here. The problem here is your friends. They're clearly just following the trend of, drag queen story hour and strip shows for kids and sexually explicit books in school libraries for kids. They're just following that trend that you all support. But again, that's what makes this so uncomfortable. So, bring Trump and the far right. That's what the real problem is.
Is where you get the anti-drag queen stuff that we're seeing. So Balenciaga played right into their hands by having kids in a sexualized manner, carrying something that represents, sex acts. I think it was a really bad misstep at a moment where it's just kind of a dangerous time to even give credence.
Your people are doing this. The people who criticize it are right to criticize it. They're playing into their hand. Whose hands? The anti-groomers? It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable that the mental pretzels they have to bend their minds into. And the obvious problem for them is that if they just say unqualified that this is wrong and this is the left doing this, well, then they have to say, well, maybe you've got a point on the next thing back from this, and then the next thing back from that, which they can't do, because then they themselves will be labeled as far right, as they like to label everybody else who doesn't agree with them. So I guess they made a compromise here where they can say, well, yeah, I'm not sure about this, but, it's really the far right. But this is the game they play. This is how they try and trick everyone.
To those kind of insane takes.
Yeah, we can't even show the picture because it's so distasteful. But what's also very distasteful is Balenciaga lately. Their stuff is just ugly. The bag that their little girl is holding is ugly. Do you remember when...
You see what they're doing? Distract. So this will all be memory hold and everybody will forget about it. And they'll just keep talking about the far right who's apparently responsible for everything. Even though they have absolutely no power, they can't be on any social media platform. They can't hold any position of power in anything. That is, unless you define far right as just anybody who doesn't agree with you. Then I guess you got me. But this Balenciaga has taken down their ad campaign, apparently, and they've responded to the child BDSM photo shoot scandal. They said, we could have done things differently. But here's the thing. No, they couldn't. This is their culture. This is how they think. They see, radical gender ideology in elementary schools. They see, drag queens stripping for children. And why wouldn't they think this is okay? If that's the standard already, why wouldn't they? And really, why wouldn't the women on The View think it's okay? How is this so different? And because the revolution is eternal and you can never, quote unquote, progress enough, nothing is ever progressive enough. In 6 months, they would have been defending this. I mean, with what they already defend, personally, I don't really see the difference anyway. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.